Time now is 4 p.m. here in Marienburg, and let's take you through the grid. Race 4 of the meeting, heat number 1 for X30 Junior. Timio Riflaar from Belgium will be joined by countryman Stig de Rademaker on the front row of the grid. Aurelio Giustinelli, representing this very nation, will be joined by Luxembourg's Alexandre Point on row number 2. All Belgian row 3, Noah Crinier versus Aurélien Lemaire, with Adam Vida and Yannis van den Bosch on row number 4. Completing the top 10, Maurice Vercroys and Antoine Duval. Lucas Pellizzari will be joined by Lorenz de Kock on row number 6. Antoine Boots and Bink van Schijndel round out row 7. Danny Boers and Len Gurkman round out row 8. And Panama's Jose Halfen will be joined by Belgium's Sacha Duquet on row number 9. Ben Gotts and Ludwig Granqvist from Germany and Sweden complete the top 20, with Sjoerd de Vries, Didier Krieft and Luxembourg's Mathis Mouche rounding out the 23 strong runners and riders. So we go back to 10 minutes plus an additional lap. Wind still to the north and 13 kilometres an hour. Temperature at its highest today has been 6 degrees Celsius, now currently at 4. Humidity's gone up to 87%, with cloud cover showing as 75%. You can see there is a little bit of sunshine trying to break through the clouds here at Marienburg. So you get this wonderful bit of a sort of a hue of sunshine that sort of like permeates its way through, but not completely. With a bone dry track, it gives us great conditions for racing, and forget about the fact that it's cold out there for these drivers. Yes, they will be shivering probably when they get out of the karts, when the adrenaline has been literally exhausted after the race itself, but it is going to be down to Riflaar and de Rademaker to control proceedings in this first of 3 heats. So they will bring themselves across the line very, very shortly, but it's got to be down to Riflaar and de Rademaker to control proceedings and make sure that everyone is on their best behaviour, because if not, Dave Ritson, our race director, will send them round again for another tour of the circuit. But they are pretty much under starters' orders. It's the first venture into X30 Junior for Karting Champions League Winter Series 2025. Told to slow. Revs up, lights on, and the lights are out. We're underway. Good start by Riflaar, but round the outside goes Rademaker, and he's got the lead. Great work there by Stig de Rademaker. I was waiting for something to happen, and on the word go, turn 1, round the outside, Slim Shady. De Rademaker makes the move stick. A little bit of slight touching, front to rear bumper, sidewall to sidewall, coming out of turn number 3. But at the moment, coming through into Chemin de Fer for the first time of asking, Stig de Rademaker has gotten away. And now they come through in towards the next section at Escargot, and more to the point, de Rademaker's done exactly what he needed to, and he's bolted. He's got at least an 8-kart length lead. So this is where it gets crucial. And de Rademaker has got an early advantage. Noah Crinier, last year's Yami Series Benelux mini champion, now has made the move to juniors and is already making an impact in this first ever outing. We have got a yellow flag heading into turn 5. There is a kart. Now Antoine Boots in the 174 has not made it through past the opening lap. Lorenz de Kock has dropped from 12th to 22nd. As diving up the inside, that was Riflaar, I believe, on Crinier. That has, I've just confirmed that. Adam Vida, or it could be Adam Vida that's actually got through. So Adam Vida looks to have gotten up from 4th. But we'll find that out very, very shortly, as they will cross the stripe and will complete our opening 2 laps after the opening 2 minutes of this first out of 3 heats for X30 Junior. De Rademaker leads. Second, it is Vida. third, Grignet, Rifla, Lemaire, Point, Justinelli, Duval, Van den Bosch and Van Schijndel. Oh, but this is getting a bit too close for comfort coming through turn number 2. A right old 2 and 8. And that is going to be the the 124, Alexandre Point, the Luxembourger, getting pushed from pillar to post and effectively being forced a little bit wide. Drivers do like to get a little bit robust as up the inside goes the 107. Bink van Schijndel from the Netherlands gets through on Alexandre Point from Luxembourg. And that is another position loss. That's a real shame there. Point was looking racy. But in the meantime, looks like Adam Vida is trying to close on in. He's right up close and personal with Stig de Rademaker, and he's brought along to the party Noah Grignet and Timio Rifla. Now, Rifla started on pole position. De Rademaker up 1 spot from the start, and Vida from 7th. No, make that 8th on the grid. He's got the race lead. And he did for a moment, but Rademaker got it back. De Rademaker back in the race lead. Noah Grignet, fastest lap of anybody, 59. Oh, and a bump over the... That was opportunistic at its finest there. Take a bow, Adam Vida, through on, of all people, Stig de Rademaker on the curbing at Chemin de Fer. He saw the gap, made it work, and boy, was it a beaut. But the thing is, it now means that Adam Vida becomes the hunted. And now de Rademaker will not wait to be told or asked twice for an invitation to take back that race lead. Antoine Duval, related of course to former World Rally Championship driver François Duval, is making some great moves up the order. Antoine now up from 10th and is running 6th and is closing in on Aurélien Lemaire for 5th place. Duval, quite literally next to nothing, and I think has made it ahead. He's got the fastest lap of the race as Duval, 58.169. And now, oh well, this is going to be worrying for the top 4, especially if your name is Adam Vida, because there is a back marker up ahead. That is going to be Antoine Boots, I believe, in the 174. And that is the case. So 5 minutes down, 5 to go, plus a lap. Duval has got through on Lemaire and now has an opportunity. Get this, there's only 1.7 seconds, and there we saw for the first time Antoine Duval in the same shot as the top 4. So Duval has an opportunity. The youngster from Belgium, running with the team that is based out of this very circuit, Eurokarting, has got a real turn of speed. And he did a 57.961 on his previous lap. The quickest out of the top 4 is, funny enough, it's the race leader at the minute in terms of best time. All the top 4 did a personal best because I think they all looked over their shoulder and went, ah, there's Antoine. Come on, let's push. I'll be interested to see the gap between Duval and Rifla. It's going to be now Stig de Rademaker's opportunity. He wants the race lead. Adam Vida wants it back. And oh, a little bit of a scare tactic there from Stig de Rademaker on Adam Vida. And now the gap between 4th and 5th is 1.4 seconds. New fastest lap, Antoine Duval. De Rademaker trying to force the issue. Past Vida going into turn 4. Now the run down through 5 and into Chemin de Fer. Who's going to be the first one to break under the pressure? At the minute, nobody. And Duval is going to make it a quintet very shortly. Bump over the curbs coming out of Chemin de Fer and through the left-hander by Stig de Rademaker. Made the front end bounce up and down like a bungee cord with a human attached to it. But now starts to close on in. Gap between 1st to 5th. Last time after lap 6 was 2.1 seconds. I think we're probably going to be maybe at 1.5. De Rademaker goes for the race lead, retakes it onto lap 7. 0.9 was the gap. 0.9 from De Rademaker to Duval. And this is where it gets very, very close, and too close at times for comfort, because now we have a chance for Antoine Duval to gun for the race lead, and he's on the back of the train. This is Duval's opportunity to make his mark, whilst others might potentially stumble over their own shoelaces. Into Escargot. I think we could be looking at maybe Aurelio Giustinelli. Giustinelli's only a second behind Duval. That could be a top 6 fight for the opening heats for X30 Junior in Karting Champions League. De Rademaker takes a glance over the right shoulder. 0.56 was the gap between first and fifth, and Aurelio Giustinelli is only 1.4 off the race leader, and he sets the new fastest lap of the race, 57.380, and an overall fastest sector out of anybody in Sector 1 went purple. But now it's the blackjack game. Who's going to put all their cards on the table at this late stage in the first race of this competition? And at the moment, no one is shying away from using their poker face. Bing van Schijndel gets through on Aurélien Lemaire in the meantime, and there is Giustinelli. This looks like we could have the top 6 covered by about a second, with just over 1 minute 10 to go. Here comes the swarm at the front end of the field, and now Duval decides, I'm going to start moving forward. And he's just got through on Timio Rifla and has taken 4th position. 1.3 seconds, covered the top 6 after 9 laps. Giustinelli, another new fastest lap. 57.25 was his last lap. And Duval was looking for a move on Grenier. Now, bearing in mind they are under the same awning, and you know what the unwritten rule of racing is: don't take out your teammate. And it was a very quick cat-like reflex from Antoine Duval to not fire it through on Noah Grenier, who was turning into the corner. The gap was closing. 2 to go in the opening heat of the weekend. And now the top 4 have started to slightly break away. It's about the best part of 4.5 tenths between Antoine Duval and Timio Rifla. Timer has expired. We've had some penalties coming in. And there's 6 of them. 3 of which for 5-second time penalties, and there is another move. Was that Duval on Grenier? I believe it is. We'll have one more tour after this. So Stig de Rademaker on lap number 11 will bring us across the line to start our final lap. The timer has expired. So the following drivers with 3-second time penalties for 2 wheels out of the tram lines. 1-1-2, Didier Cleves. 1-2-5, Shirt de Vries, and 1-4-4, Yannis van den Bosch, running currently 8th place. I'll get to the ones that went all 4 wheels outside of the tram lines in just a second. Blue flags being waved in front of Stig de Rademaker. Len Gökman, 5-second time penalty for 3 or 4 wheels outside of the tram lines. 1-0-4 is the next driver, Ludwig Granqvist from Sweden, and 1-6-4, Aurélien Lemaire. All get a 5-second time penalty. And now, well, there is Antoine Duval closing in on Aaron Vida. Last lap about to be completed as Stig de Rademaker powers up the hill and goes towards the start-finish line to take the checkered, wins the first ever X30 Junior Heat, and Aaron Vida and Antoine Duval covered by 58 thousandths of a second, taking 2nd and 3rd place respectively. Noah Grenier could have been the top 3, ends up 4th as the youngster in the 166. Timio Rifla started on pole, finished P5. Aurelio Giustinelli 6th, ahead of Bink van Schendel, who made up 7 places. In 14th to P7, Yanis van den Bosch in 8th. Aurélien Lemaire now down to 9th place, ahead of Francis Lucas Belizari. Alexandre Point down 7 places to finish 7th, ahead of Ben Götz. 12th after starting 19th. Maurice Verkroijs, Danny Beurs, Ludwig Grankris, Sacha Tiquet, then Gökman, Lorenz de Kock, Schut de Vries, Didier Krieft, Jose Halfen and Mathis Mouche rounding out the 22 finishers, with Antoine Boots just crossing the line as we speak to round out the finishing order. All 23 started the race, all 23 finished, with Fusion Motorsports' Stig de Rademaker taking the win by just over 8 tenths.